Gemini, the twins, what's up? Hope everyone is fine and everything's going okay. Here's your reading for July 15th to the 31st. If you'd like to skip the intro and the shuffling, go ahead and see the comment section of this video for a timestamp. And as a reminder, guys, excuse me, this is a general reading, so the messages can either be coming from you or to you, so apply it to your situation. Also, if you would like to book a private reading, go ahead and check the description box for information on how to obtain one. I have your guys' contemplator cards as well. I'm going to go ahead and make a story situation out of them as we're shuffling. They may corroborate with the message that comes through, or the messages that come through in terms of the spread. We'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and bless the deck and then we'll get started. Guardian angels of love and light, ancestors lost and known in the seas of time, please intercede into this reading to provide Gemini with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks. And please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay every single message as they're meant to be. Okay, Gemini. Okay, let's see what's going on. Father God, please release Gemini's first base card for July 15th to the 31st, and some clarifiers after that. All right, Gemini. So I can kind of see that you are trying to communicate a little bit better. I can see that. There's a lot of cards here, so I'm not going to take these. Let's just see what they are. So we have King of Cups reversed. This is 5 of Wands reversed, 10 of Wands reversed, 10 of Coins reversed, and the Knight of Cups. Okay, keep those in mind. So your first base card, the, what do you see? They put hanging here, but it's the Hangman. Hanging, I guess, currently. Okay. So yeah, I can see that you're trying to communicate a lot better. But I'm kind of feeling like maybe it's not working, or you're seeing that it's not working. And I want to say, Gemini, that I'm picking up that you feel like you kind of want to walk away. Like you're kind of seeing that maybe this isn't working for you, or that the situation isn't transcending, or that it's getting better, or that it's just not working out. So you feel like you may need to walk away. 4 of Cups, reversed, but you may miss an opportunity. That's not from the contemplators, I'm just saying from here. So, but I kind of feel, Gemini, like, I'm getting two things. Like, you feel like maybe if you do walk away, you may be left out of something in the midst of it or after it. Or you may be in fear that you may leave someone else in the cold. And I kind of feel like, you feel like you need to do this because you see that the environment isn't being maintained in terms of open communication actually coming through, or actually being viable to the situation, actually working out. Being conducive, to the environment. 3 of Wands. And, I mean, yeah. And maybe this is affecting maybe your work, or maybe it's affecting your stability in your environment. And you maybe don't want that to happen, or you feel like it's not, like I said, conducive to what's going on. And I feel like you may be, losing hope because of it. The Devil. Yeah. Maybe losing hope, or maybe you don't necessarily have the hope, or maybe the people in the situation aren't having the hope, so that's why the communication isn't working. And it's not actually, like I said, being conducive to the environment. For sure. And I feel like, maybe either other people, like I said, don't want to communicate properly, or maybe You just are done with trying to understand why they don't want to communicate properly. Could be it too. But I think that maybe, you know, you should maybe look at the situation. Either maybe you're doing something wrong or maybe they're doing something wrong. How are things being created? And maybe are you talking maybe too much, or the other people involved are talking too much about what they kind of want to do and things aren't really working out? Because it's kind of maybe developing preconceived notions of things, or maybe leaving people or people leaving you on, can I say it, false pretenses, maybe something around those lines. Three of Swords reversed. Okay, that's the first set there. It's going to work on the second. But, you know, Gemini, I'm kind of feeling like maybe something wasn't fair in this situation, too. That could be it, too. Maybe just something wasn't fair. And maybe justice needs to be served. Or maybe someone got something, maybe you got something that you maybe weren't supposed to. Maybe a stroke of luck or something. And maybe other people are kind of being upset about that. Okay, God, can you please release Gemini's second base card and clarify pertaining to it for July 15th to the 31st? I mean, the devil also came out in your contemplator's upright, and it came out in that first little spread that we did. So I'm feeling like maybe that's what it is. Something's maybe controlling the situation, or maybe other people involved have something going on with them. Picking up maybe some drug abuse, or maybe some type of addiction of some sort. You know, it could be anything. But then the Six of Swords popped out after that in reverse. So it's not really wanting to walk away from the situation. Maybe because this devil card is maybe the problem, or maybe they're the culprits of the situation. That could be it too. So, yeah, and then, I mean, the Six of Coins in reverse popped out as well, so just not wanting to give to the situation anymore. Maybe it's a struggle between not wanting to give, not wanting to walk away because of this addiction or this influence that's going on, you know, like something's going on. And it's maybe making someone not want to not want to walk away because of this, and not wanting to give because of this. For instance, second base card, the King of Coins reversed, also known as the King of Pentacles reversed. So then the Ten of Swords popped out, which makes sense, you know, just kind of, that's what usually happens, you know, people are left in limbo, or people are left as so. Oh wow, okay. Okay, we're gonna go with them. I feel like we should. Okay. Queen of Cups. Ace of Swords reversed. King of Coins, I'm sorry, Knight of Coins reversed. And Seven of Swords reversed. What's going on, Gemini? Okay, there's that. Let's get some crowning cards. Then after the Ten of Swords was the Page of Swords reversed. So not wanting to understand where emotion's coming from. Ten of Wands reversed. Page of Swords. We were just talking about this card, and it came out in reverse, and the Conspirators kind of came out up right here in your thoughts. So yeah, I mean, if someone or something in the situation doesn't want to understand how, you know, communication is being brought, or how it's actually adding to the situation or preventing things from the situation. I mean, what can one really do, you know? At that point, Six of Coins reversed. So yeah, Gemini, you know, not wanting to give for some reason. Other God, is there anything else you'd like to release for what's crowning Gemini for situations in hand? And for July 15th to the 31st. Shuffle one more time. Father God, is there anything that you like to release for situations in hand? And for July 15th to the 31st. For Gemini. So let's come out. King of Swords, okay. And then before the King of Swords, Two of Swords. All right. Okay. Okay. So here we go. Coming into the reading, the Fool reversed. Six of Coins makes sense a little bit, Gemini, you know? Righty. So, before, I have to start to say this before I sometimes forget. I say like in the middle or the end. You could be dealing with the Capricorn. You could be dealing with another air sign. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Maybe Libra in specifically, because of, you know, the Two of Swords usually implies Libra. Could be dealing with another earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or you could, all signs except fire, or I see so far, could be either another water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, or a Cancer. Right, Gemini. So, try to make that decision. But I feel like it's in limbo right now. And I feel, or I see, that, you know, being in limbo, Gemini, and for a lot of earth signs in general, Earth as well, they kind of tend to do this, and Gemini sometimes does this as well. But it just depends, you know, on everyone's chart, what's in it, and how things go. Sometimes we vacillate, and we hold off on making decisions. Usually, Geminis they make decisions pretty quick. But if you're like an Earth moon, you know, like a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn moon, this can apply possibly, since it's in your emotions. Vacillation, it serves upon some instances. You know, sometimes waiting around is good. One, it prevents you from, you know, making the wrong decision. Two, you kind of wait around to see how things transpire, then you can make your move. But sometimes, Gemini, if we wait around a little bit too much and we don't make the decision in a respective amount of time, you know, we can miss out on opportunities. And we cannot see the cup that's coming in, whether it's a relationship, whether it's work, whether it's something in your home, whether it's a new car, whatever the case may be. We tend to wait around. And people sometimes don't really want to wait for a decision. I'm hearing promotion, maybe? I'm not hearing, but you know, thoughts. I'm picking up promotion of a job, possibly. But I really don't feel like that's what it is. But if it is for you, okay. And I feel like a decision is made, or maybe it may about to be made. But I do feel like maybe you're waiting on this decision just to kind of see what's going on, how things are working out. I'm feeling a strong connection with the waiting around with the Devil card. and then making the decision. See how we have here? Just for visualization. Kind of feel like this is what's going on. This is like the central issue right here. Normally I don't really do that with my readings, like a central issue, since it is general. But I feel like this has to do with each other. There's some kind of connection going on here with these cards in terms of how they... I cannot get these cards straight today. What's going on? How things are working out. And I feel like maybe this is kind of what the two possibilities are. Maybe coming out of a period of sadness, despair, or maybe missing an opportunity. We can also look at it like as if they were both upright. They were like this, choosing to actually be in despair and sadness, and not really missing the opportunity, grasping it, seizing the opportunity, but for all intents and purposes, let's do it like this. I don't know, Gemini, I kind of feel like you need to be careful with the waiting, like I was saying, because when we tend to wait too long or too much, people don't really want to give. Or maybe, like I said, maybe this devil is controlling this whole entire thing, making a decision and beginning to act upon it because of what's holding you back or what's controlling the issue here. And it's causing you to not maybe want to give or to supply, holding back on your resources. Or this can be happening to you. But I feel like in your mindset and your thoughts, you really don't want to fight anymore. You want to just kind of lay your wands down. You just don't really want to do it anymore. You want to just give in. But not give in out of like pity or anything like that, but just not wanting to argue and take it there anymore with the Ten of Wands here in reverse. But I think we need to focus a little bit on how is the communication going? How is it being given? Are we seeking the right methods in applying it? Do we realize how it's going in terms of what we're saying and how it's being controlled? Do we find ourselves, Gemini, coming into or approaching bumps in the road, but really there's a bump and then there's a huge wall that kind of prevents you from moving through to it or moving forward, right? Like an impasse. I feel like from this situation, Gemini, we're going to learn something. Whether it's you or another person. But I feel like it's you since, this is specifically what's in your thoughts. In your mind. What's crowning you. I feel like the only way that we can really get out of this little rut, if it is because communication is not being applied properly. Maybe you're attempting to, you're trying to, and I can kind of see that. But I feel like the way that you are maybe going about it, the decisions that are being made here has to do with this devil card. Because I feel like you believe that maybe it's helping you in some way, like having blinders on, having rose-colored glasses a little bit about the situation. Like, okay, yeah, we're okay, everything's gonna be okay because this helps me do this, or this helps me in a certain way. And I'm not saying that it doesn't. It may aid, but when something like the Devil card holds you back, you think that it's aiding, and it may aid for an intermittent amount of time, or intermittencies of aiding the situation. But I kind of have a feeling that maybe there's missed opportunities. And I feel like through this situation, until you finally just admit it, or kind of just say, you know what? All right, fine. Yeah, it's affecting me. I feel like when that happens, when that realization comes in, no, not realization. When that admittance, that's even a word, when it's admitted and it's finally understood, there we go. Because you're cognizant of this, I want to say. You understand what's going on. When that happens, communication may then build, or it may lead to proper communication. And it may make you feel like there will be some impasses. Maybe the impasse will come from just really not wanting to let it go by making the decision to act upon not letting it go. But when that moment comes, and then the admittance comes in, and then you just want to admit it, and you're saying, okay, that's it. Enough's enough. Like, this is what it is, right? Is when proper communication comes, and when it's actually applied. But when it's applied to yourself, when you realize how this Devil card affects you, and how it affects the decisions that you make and how you make them. But I think it's going to come from maybe just thinking about the situation and really admitting it to yourself. I really feel like admitting is just really prevalent here. But you may not want to. You may come to a point where, you're just kind of like, screw it. I want to say F-U-C-K it, but I don't want to say that. But you get what I'm saying, where I'm going with it. I feel like a real sense of choosing to just not do it. But like I said, there may be a missed opportunity. Because you may be in a situation, when this happens, if you do want to admit this, and you want to then work on this, you never know where you'll be. And the positions that you put yourself in, and I mean this in a positive sense, with the positions that you put yourself in, where you may meet someone, or you may be in the right place at the right time. But if your method and your decisions, when the devil's not involved, doesn't come, you may miss the opportunity of something, of transcendence, of expansion. But we need to take that risk, because we never know what awaits, what resides behind the closed door. If we just open it, open the door, you never know who's going to be behind that door. Could be good, it could be bad. But I want to say that it could be good. It could bring you out of impasses. It can bring you out of situations where you're bound. But awareness comes before change. It's not the other way around. Awareness, like I said, awareness comes before the change. Because once we're aware, we'll then work on it, and then we then change it. But this is not wanting to see or acknowledge. There we go. This is not wanting to acknowledge the awareness. It may be acknowledged, but we don't want to act on it. This is just not moving forward because you don't really want to. You know, this is moving forward, but doing it on a whim, just saying, hey, I'm just going to take this damn chance. And not knowing what the chances may be or how they'll work out. But this is just, I don't want to do it. Kind of like, I don't want to give to the situation, or I don't want to see what's behind the other door. This may be about work. Maybe you don't want to take the chance of a promotion or take the chance of taking on more responsibility. But you never know what could come of it. But I feel like through this situation, you're going to learn something very valuable, whatever that may be for you. But I feel like it's good. It may not be exactly how you want it to be, but it may be good. But you don't know if you're not willing to take the risk and just say, hey, because let me finish what I said, and saying, hey, you never know what can be behind the door, what the opportunity can be if I don't miss it. Because if you think about it, Gemini, if you stay in this situation and you continue to run into impasses, what's the difference if you just take the risk? Because you may still continue to stay here, but then you may not continue to stay here, and you may then experience something great. I feel like one's 50%, and then one is 50%, meaning that's it. And then the other option of taking the opportunity, opening the door, is 50-50. 50-50, kind of like this card, like dual, very dualistic. One twin wants it, the other one doesn't. Never know. You never know, Gemini. What could be behind the other door? Or that door, I should say. Oops. What's wrong, man? Can I get myself together? Okay. There we go. So, maybe it is affecting your money. Maybe it is affecting how, the environment's ran, how things are working out. Because I can kind of see that if the intention isn't there, the proper intention, how are we going to ever manifest anything great? How are we going to ever see what we must change if we don't want to see what needs to be changed? Something is maybe about to change, though. Because I feel like something isn't right in the environment. I feel like you sense some, I don't want to say urgency, but you sense some maybe dishonesty, whether it's from you or to you. Because I feel like someone maybe got caught or something has come to light. And when the Ace of Swords is in reverse, it can imply, secrets, things being withheld. And why it does is because an ace is like one, right? It's where things begin. If the beginning stages or the initial stages of communication are not honest or they're convoluted, what is the end result going to entail? What's the end result going to have? It's going to be like a lie built on a lie, built on a lie, built on a lie, and then you just have deceit all through it, right? And I feel like maybe it's a lack of caring, or maybe caring too much, where other people are then allowed to come in and infiltrate and say things that maybe aren't necessarily true. And I'm kind of picking that up here. That things are going to be said maybe, or things are being said that are not necessarily veracious, that aren't necessarily true. And I feel like this is affecting the situation tremendously. Maybe that's why we're holding back. Maybe that's why we're choosing to not give. We're choosing to just keep it all to ourselves. But the sneakiness is coming to light, Gemini, for sure. And I'm not saying that you're doing it. You may be doing it because maybe the sneakiness is coming from not feeling like you are safe in the environment, or the environment isn't strong enough. I'm kind of picking up on maybe because it's not strong enough, either you or people are trying to manipulate it. And I feel like there's one person in particular, it can be a male or a female, maybe a water sign, is seeing this. I feel like this Queen of Cups here, whoever this may be for your situation, is not blind to the fact that there's deceit, or there's a situation going on that's about to come to light, or that has come to light. And I feel like this person who's about to get caught, or may have already got caught, is causing a lot of upheaval in this little situation or circumstance. I feel like these two cards are related right here. I'm not sure why, but I do. Not just because they're swords. I just feel like maybe you've realized this, Gemini, maybe about yourself. Maybe realizing that the things that you say aren't necessarily maybe true. But I feel like it's affecting your environment. It's affecting your money. Maybe it's affecting how things are going, or people in your environment are not saying the honest truth. And maybe you feel like this is bringing you success in some way, or this is helping you see things a certain way. But I don't think so. Honestly, maybe not wanting to take a risk because maybe you see that someone is lying in your environment. Yeah, that things aren't going right. And now seeing how you can apply the emotion to this and see how I don't know why I pick it up, see how strong maybe you or someone else can be. And knowing that that's what needs to be at the fore, is the right intention, understanding of a situation. But most importantly, understanding the situation as to how it's going, who has what, who's doing what, how's it working out for you, how it's working out for everyone else in the environment. I'm kind of starting to pick up too, like, I don't really think it is you, maybe. See, I'm just kind of throwing things out here because it is a general reading. But it's definitely affecting the situation or the environment. It's definitely someone, or is focused on something so much that they don't realize what they're doing. Okay, that I think that's where I want to go with it. I feel like that's what it is. Someone's focused so much on what they want to do that they have like a one-track mind. And I feel like they're saying things just to say them, but a realization may be coming where, yeah, it is affecting things. And you're going to see that, or you may have seen that. And seeing how this works, once again, going back to the Queen of Cups, like kind of knowing this isn't the right way of approaching the situation. This as well can be maybe a couple. Maybe this can be you. And if it is you, then seeing how other people or that other person is not allowing you to seek opportunities to obtain stability with them. Seeing how they don't add to your life. They don't add to your environment. They don't complement you because of the deceit, and catching them because of the deceit. Knowing that you're coming to an impasse with them, knowing that things aren't working out properly. And that's when you learn that the proper communication will come once you let go of this. And it starts with being honest and just throwing your wands down and saying, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. And then the opposite can apply as well. This can be the other person. This can be you. I want to pull some advice cards for sure. Just see what's going on here. I want to look at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Okay. Judgment reversed. When I see judgment in reverse, Gemini, this is not learning your lesson. Someone got caught. But why aren't we making a change? Not learned your lesson? The stove burned you a couple of times or once before. So why are we continuing to let this person continue on with the lies and the deceit and continue to begin the situation once more with dishonesty? And why, okay, and why are you caring so much about them or about the situation when they don't really care about you, or they don't care about how things work out? And yet, knowing that this isn't the right way to go, because seeking this person and this situation isn't adding to your environment, but not learning your lesson. It's right there, Gemini. Ace of Coins in reverse, Gemini. Like, there's a reason why the King of Coins is in reverse and the Knight of Coins is in reverse, Gemini, and the Six of Coins is in reverse. Why is all the stability in reverse, and even the beginning of the stability being in reverse, and the offer being denied? We need to deny the offer because look how it's being created. Look how it's being maintained. I mean, screw saying maintained. Look how it's building. So why would we want to maintain that? What's the need to? When you already know in your mind, Gemini, that you can't give. You shouldn't give. Maybe this is here for a reason. It is here for a reason. You don't want to give anymore. So if you don't want to give anymore, why continue on with this buffoonery and pretend like everything is fine? Haven't learned your lesson yet? And I'm sorry if my tone's a little disconcerting. But I just get a little upset, you know? I mean, I hate to throw it on you guys like that, but I get upset when I see things like this because it's like, how many times? How many times do we, you know, have to go over this and see the same result? Could be dealing with the Leo. Do you feel like you're not strong? Do you feel like you can't continue on? Well, of course you can't continue on. Because it's turning you upside down. Being focused on this one-track mind of failure and continuing to just do it and go along with it and care maybe a little bit too much. Are you stuck in the past, Gemini? Maybe a little bit? Are you maybe seeing the good in the past? Is seeing the good in the past keeping you at this point of just saying, you know what, we're just going to focus on the good. We're going to focus on the good. But how's that making you feel? Strength in reverse. When strength is in reverse, it also means that your creativity isn't there, the confidence in yourself to create the positivity. And it's a little hard to create the positivity when the beginning is wrong or the offer is being denied. Now, it can be denied from you or it can be denied from the other person, which is also going to mean if the offer is denied and then we continue on trying to seek the offer or trying to carry on how to carry the offer if it's denied. So why seek it and why continue moving on with it, whether it's denied from you or from the other person? You need to walk away, Gemini. You have to walk away, Gemini. That's it. Like, what are you going to do? And I feel like when you walk away from this situation, you're going to see that things are going to improve. And when they do improve, you're going to be the master of communication. Because that's what's at, this is the last card in your thoughts. This is the goal, Gemini. Okay? But it first begins with walking away because you need to, not because you want to. See, the Eight of Cups is walking away because you see that there's no growth. All the crap that you put up with and all the time you put into wasn't really worth it. This is needing, just having to walk away because just, it's, let me rephrase that. This is walking away because you want to, in a sense, more like that. The Eight of Cups is kind of need to. So it was the opposite of kind of what I said. I got a little mixed up there, but that is the Eight of Cups is needing to walk away. This is wanting to. So you have to want to in order to actually do it. Six of Cups is usually a good card. It is. But I feel like when it's around these surrounding cards, it's blinding yourself to the facts. Looking too much to the past and seeing the good too much. Which isn't a bad thing, Gemini. But not when looking to the past is keeping you in a situation where you want to or you have to walk away because the strength isn't there to walk away, or looking at the past is making you weak, where it's keeping you into this situation that you didn't learn your lesson from. Okay, let's pull a Jesus card. These were your advice cards, by the way. Sometimes I pull from the bottom, it just depends. This is pre-shuffled as well. Okay, Father God, what do we have to say for Gemini according to your word and your honesty and your love? What do we have to give to Gemini? What advice do you give to Gemini, Father? What's in it? 3, okay. Let's check this one out. What things soever you desire when you pray, believe that you receive them, and you shall have them. Mark 11:24. Man, I cannot grab these cards. Wow, okay, there we go. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Build the peace, Gemini, for yourself. Matthew 5:9. It includes having to walk away sometimes. Watch and pray that you enter not into temptation, staying in temptation to where it makes you weak, because that's what temptation does. Gemini, what's the temptation? I'm going to show you guys. Okay. Matthew 26:41, Matthew 5:9, Mark 11:24. What's the temptation, Gemini? This is how you don't enter into the temptation, Gemini. By walking away. Because you have to. It isn't conducive to what you're trying to build and how you're trying. It's not conducive to your kingdom. Just for the kingdom of God. Because we need to keep him in the middle of a Gemini. It's very important. I rarely ever get 3 cards, but I felt like they all needed to come out. God needs to tell you. Watch and pray. Because you need to learn that you've been through this before. Enough. Like, you know, in Spanish, there's a phrase, déjalo, leave it alone. That's it. It's run its course, Gemini. But when you ask for the things that you want, Gemini, and you really desire them and it comes from your heart, you will receive them. But not if you stay stuck in the past and you keep on thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. It's not learning your lesson. Why? Because this is controlling you. But this is a choice to want to control you. All right, Gemini. Hope you enjoyed it. It was informative, I feel. It wasn't bad. It was just a reminder. Okay? Keep God in the middle. Check out Mark 11, Matthew 5, and Matthew 26. I'm pretty sure they'll help you and they'll resonate with you. All right, Gemini. We'll see you in August or whatever random video I put out. Okay? Be good, Gemini. Stay focused. Don't fall into the temptation, okay? All right, we'll see you.